Many people find it difficult to understand why a model can be attacked just by processing data. They are often too influenced in their understanding of applications where such an attack is by nature not, or only with great difficulty, possible. Allow me an analogy. A cooking recipe. We have tomatoes, cheese, and onions. Plus, flour and water. Salt and pepper. That looks like a pizza. So, mix the flour with the water, put the ingredients on the dough and into the oven. So far so good. If we look at the whole thing through ML glasses, we get the following picture. The ingredients tomatoes, onions and cheese are data, in this case also my features. It doesn't really matter what ratio I mix them in, it's a matter of taste. Can become a cheese or tomato pizza. Flour, water and salt are representing my model. The basis on which I place my features. Whereby the ratio of water to flour and salt is critical. Too much water and the dough is runny, too little and the dough becomes dry and crumbly. In between, there is a range where the dough fulfills its function. We can define the ratio of water to flour as a loss function. If you want, you can regard the salt as lambda. Same is for the temperature of the oven. From too raw to be burnt, let's call this a hyperparameter, because it changes our model characteristics. A small change in the model results in a completely different product. If we roll out the dough and cut it into strips and cook it instead of baking, we have a pasta dish. The ingredients fit, they don't need to be changed. This is a model variation. A completely different result without changing the input data. Just changing the model parameter. Okay, it's an analogy. Always lags a little. But it's still not too bad. One rotten tomato ruins the whole pizza, moldy cheese makes it even worse. That's data poisoning. That's what happens when we don't have input validation. But even more. The rotten tomato also attacks the dough, model poisoning, and makes it soggy and unusable. If I manipulate the loss function, I can change the consistency of the dough to make it unusable. And manipulating the temperature can burn the pizza or leave it raw. Don't forget, temperature was our hyperparameter. You see, by changing components and parameters from the recipe, I can change the entire process, so I can do with an ML model. However, the optimal product is not always clearly defined, it is often a matter of taste, well, interpretation. That's also a problem in AA- how accurate is the model, how confident the output. Looking at the MSE is not enough. Okay, and what about an app? This is the pizza you bought from the Italian restaurant around the corner. It's always perfect, well, more or less. It just depends on the chef, but it is a pizza. This is not guaranteed with our recipe. Can be even pasta.